Hello there, folks. My name's Adam Franklin, and today we are going to look at the question, what does your daily activity for LinkedIn look like? All right, so let's jump in because the important thing here is that we do have a daily habit, and secondly, that we have a plan so that we don't need to be thinking of what we need to do each and every time we log on. Because if we log on to LinkedIn and we go, okay, all right, I've got my phone out, or I've got my iPad out, but we don't know what we're even trying to achieve, let alone what we're going to say or who we're going to say it to, it gets really kind of difficult. And when things are throw up the slightest bit of friction, it's easy just to dismiss it and say, you know what, I'm not going to do it. It's easier. It's always easier to do nothing, no matter how easy something is to do. All right, so we just need to get into the habit, especially because LinkedIn has now, as you probably know, restricted the number of people that we can reach out to in any given week. So it's now 100 people that we can send a connection request to, 100 a week, whereas it used to be probably over 400, 500 people a week. So what this means is that if we had been doing this as a daily habit for the last 6 months or 12 months, we would have hundreds, if not thousands, of ideal potential clients in our first degree network. But if we haven't started that yet, that's okay. We can start today because we want to build the well before we're thirsty, as the saying goes. So if we get a plan, we know what the plan is, we know what we're going to say, then we have a much higher chance of actually doing it on a consistent basis. So what does that look like? Well, why don't I take you through what my daily activity looks like? And if we just jump across to LinkedIn, let's have a look here. We'll make that a tiny bit bigger for you. Alrighty. So what I would do is just a few of the things I do consistently. Firstly is see who's messaged me. All right, so we click the messaging button down on the right-hand side here, move my head out of the way slightly. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 messages to reply to. All right, so for example, if I was looking at Dr. Victor's message, I've offered him 2 of my popular marketing templates. He said, yes, please. So I would then go in and actually send those documents to him. So if I was going to find my web strategy planning template, there we go. That's one of them. Send. I normally send my content. I'm going to put them in alphabetical order, hey? Content, marketing, sales, funnel. There we go. That's the other one I normally send as my 2 most popular ones. Done. There you go. All right, so that's the nature of it, just sending off the resources that people have requested or that I've offered and they've accepted. There's other people here. Lisa. Okay, so she's received the documents I sent her from yesterday, from one of the workshops I ran. So there, you got the idea of responding to messages. So take some time to do that. Of course, you can do it on your phone. You can do it on your iPad. You don't have to do it on your desktop. So that's nice and easy. The other thing that I like to do is, if I just go to my profile, there we go, view profile. I don't know why that's all highlighted like that. There we go. So I've responded to messages. Then, so we might even minimize the messages there. There we go, that's gone. What I then like to do is have a look at who's viewed my profile and see if there's anybody there that's worth connecting with or messaging. So there's 567 people have viewed the profile. It doesn't matter if your number's higher than that or lower than that. It's really just a habit to get into. Obviously, the more active you are on these platforms, the more people are probably going to be checking out your profile. All right, so there's a few pending requests there of people that have visited my profile. So there's a couple of others. So I might connect. Now, normally you would send a message with these, although that didn't let me then. So knowing that, what we might then do is click on there, then hit connect, then add note. Thanks for dropping by my profile. It would be great to connect. Now I actually know that Penny was part of the workshop yesterday. I could mention that. In fact, I will. Good to see you at the PCOA workshop. Okay. All right, so we sent that off. Easy peasy. So let's go back to see who else has looked at my profile. Now I've got a premium version of LinkedIn, so I can see most people here. If you're on the free version, you might only get, say, 10 people that you can see. They'll only reveal 10 results. So it doesn't, if you can only see 10, it makes it easier and faster. So anyway, yeah, have a scroll through those, see what's doing. And then the other thing I like to do is have a look at my notifications to see what's been going on. In part, I'm kind of keeping an eye out for people in my network who might have posted something interesting, and I want to give them a pat on the back or weigh in with some commentary. All right, so I'm actually due to put another post up today, so I'm not getting too many notifications of my own content because I'm due to put one up again. But normally in the week, the 7 days after I put up a piece of content, there would normally be some notifications here of what people have commented. So there's none there for now. That's all okay. So let's just go see who's viewed my posts. This is another way of tracking it down too. So I would basically go and see who's interacted with my content. I did a poll recently. There was 88 votes for are you an extrovert, ambivert, or an introvert? Part of the process here is just going through and having a look at all these people who have voted. And if there's some second degree people, I might like to connect with them. I could right click, open a new window so I can connect with them. But also to go in and thank people who have commented. Like you see here, I wrote to Jules and said, thanks for doing my recent LinkedIn poll. I'm an ambivert myself. I hope you're well. Done. All right, so there's 88 people there to be checking how the conversation's going. And here's a training that I posted 2 weeks ago. So again, I would just go into the comments, make sure that people that have requested my giveaway have actually received it. There we go. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3 people that haven't received it yet. Now what you'll notice is their second degree contact. So I actually need to be connected with them first before we can DM each other. So what I might do, given that it's been a couple of weeks and they haven't accepted my connection request, I would probably just post a direct link to that resource in the reply. So I'll just mention them, Sean, here you go, and then I'll put the direct link in. Now I think I promised them the LinkedIn connection guide. Now I'm pretty confident that the link for that is LICG, LinkedIn Connection Guide. Reply. I'll just double check that so that see if it's right. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. So most of the time I would DM them that resource if I'm a first degree contact, but because I'm a second degree contact and it's been a couple of weeks, I would just send the direct link to them. And what this does, folks, is this actually then moves the conversation. Well, sorry, in that particular case, it doesn't move the conversation to the direct messages, but say in Charles's situation, it does. And then most of the action happens in the DMs because we can then start a conversation and nurture it from there. The other thing I do like to do is also just to double check the unread emails. So sometimes it's pretty easy to get lost in LinkedIn's inbox. So just filter by unread, and then you'll actually see all these different messages that haven't been opened or replied to yet. Now, a lot of them are going back to, I know September's not too long ago. But yeah, you can just double check, make sure you haven't missed anything. Thank people that have responded, or not every message needs a response, to be honest. People are just saying thank you already. You can only thank people back and forth so many times before it gets weird and awkward. But yeah, that is an overview of my daily habit of what my LinkedIn activity looks like. Of course, there's other things you can do. It's not like every single day is that identical every day, but that's the core of it. And of course, posting content is something that should happen at least once a week, in my opinion. But yeah, to recap, check the messages, see who's looked at your profile, see who's interacted with your content, and I think that's it. I think that's the 3 things I covered. There you have it. Take care. If you've got more you want to learn about what goes on behind the scenes here, please let me know. Always more than happy to let you know. All right, see you later.